Today we will be discussing growing up with strict parents, featuring strict parents Pam and Daryl Porter and their son Dondre. Dre, compared to other children that you grew up with, how would you describe your upbringing dealing with strict parents?
Yeah, I had a lot of friends who sold drugs, who didn't, who stayed out all night. You know, when they would call me home from playing basketball at like, I had to be home at probably like 9 o'clock. I remember, and I had friends who would stay till like 11, 12 on like a school night, probably 1 o'clock sometimes. But a lot of them got into the wrong things. But I felt like it was a choice. Like either way, if you had a strict parent or not, if you wanted to sell drugs, you would have sold drugs regardless. If I wanted to do that, I would have did it regardless. But that's just not me. But which is why I feel like I would have still achieved what I would achieve without strict parents. Because I had friends who also still went to the school and what were graduate schools and nursing schools, and their parents weren't as strict um, as opposed to mine. I had one friend of mine. His parents were just as strict as mine, and he turned out he has a baby, but he also still went to college. He played football and basketball in college. But the only thing he did different from me is have a child, right? But that I feel like that was at his own will.
The outcome of a person's character is all about the choices they personally make, not by how they were raised.
Exactly. Parenting has a little bit to do with it. Some people need guidance and need somebody to be there, but I feel like I would have still ended up on the same path either way. It was one.
So, Uncle Darryl, Mr. Darryl, why do you think he would not have ended up the same?
It is a choice, making a good choice or making a bad choice. But I think because our parenting, we guided him in the right direction. He mentioned the friend that had the baby. That's not a path we wanted him to take. It was steps, and that's why we chose what we chose to do with him.
List certain rules they might have had that you feel like could have been done differently.
Uh,
Like your top 3 rules that could have been, well, that were unnecessary to you and could have been done differently.
Unnecessary. Okay. Unnecessary. I remember when I first learned how to iron, I was like 8 years old. And I had to, once I learned how to do it myself, iron my own clothes, I had to iron everybody's clothes.
I don't
I don't remember that
either. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember that.
And I would have to make everybody's bed up when I got back home from school.
I don't remember.
Every day.
No.
Every day.
You had to make up your bed. If my bed wasn't made, I would ask you to make it up. But every morning I made it my own bed.
Okay.
But I remember you would, you did it, but not all the time. I just said, Dre, make sure all the beds
But
are
even
made.
if you did do it, you had light, shelter, food. You had everything.
So that was 2 things. All right, that's his rule. So what's number 3?
Like I had to have your approval for a lot of things, and I really couldn't go to a lot of parties. Not as many. And because of rejection, that because I already knew you guys would say no like most of the time, I just felt like, oh, I'm not even going to invite people over to the house. I pretty much went into like a state where I wanted to just be alone.
Our parents instilled in us that you don't need to go to every function there is. Why you figure you got to be the light of the party? No, if you miss a few, the ones that you do go to, you will appreciate. But if I let you go to every party and stay out till, like you said, 1 o'clock in the morning, you're in high school. No. So when you become a parent, we'll see how you parent.
But you did go places. We didn't let you reject
Yeah.
unless it was something. Even I talked to Miss Chanel or like Megan going, nope, because this person, blah blah blah. You know, but I mean, you didn't go everywhere, but you went to the majority because I would drop in and pick you up.
Okay.
But I understand how you feel. If you feel, you know, that's cool. I understand. Maybe we were a little bit strict. We could have been. Maybe we could have been a little bit more easier.
We did let you take our vehicle, our Tahoe, out joyriding, and what happened? You got racially profiled. I mean, as a young black man, it's rules and regulations you have to follow to keep you safe. Now look at the point we're at now. I'm glad we made the choices we did.
Because no matter what you finish school or where, they will still do the profiling.
I got racially profiled in the '92 Camry.
Exactly. They don't care what you drive, and
So
you black.
it didn't
Right.
matter that y'all letting me have the Tahoe. I still got racially profiled in my other Camry. I mean, my other
Exactly. It don't matter what kind of car you're in. They just gonna profile you no matter what. They don't care what's your job title. You are a black man.
So your whole issue is
Like
because
they say,
I-
the way the world being you either been in jail or in a grave.
What is
you gotta
the-
relax on your children. Just let them be, and they'll be all right.
Yeah, but I don't think so.
You shouldn't relax on your kids.
We never got a call in the middle of the night. You're in jail or you're in the hospital or, you know. So I think our parenting skills were on point.
Our valedictorian of my high school, he used to have parties all the time, and I was at his house. His parents would let him do it, and he was valedictorian.
Oh,
I
he
think
enjoyed it,
he's the coach of Tulane football right now, and he's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but how would that have made your life better?
I'm
So
just
you would
saying
party-
they just. I'm not saying partying is what was the way, but they weren't as strict. I don't think they were strict at all because they knew what type of person he was, which is my point. You have to gauge your children.
I knew what type of person you were,
Yeah.
and I mean
So,
he kept
like,
his
if you
grade
knew-
point average up
if-
and all of that.
If I was 12 years old and I was robbing people, you would have been like, okay, we need to send him to military school at 12 years old. That would have been it. You need to learn your children. Nah, I wasn't doing any of that stuff.
No, you went to the National Junior League Conference. We did all of that.
Right.
So you had some failures, even though, because you started slacking off in grades, but I kept promoting you and telling you do this, do that, or the other. So
Like I said, regardless of the parenting,
Correct.
it's a personal choice.
correct.
So you feel like as though their parenting skills affected your social life?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
You're the life of the party. How did we affect your social life?
By not being able to go certain places, you can't really network as much as you would want to, which is why I made the choice to move for school.
Dre, you went on vacation every other year.
He's not
Well,
talking
not
about
what
that.
I'm talking about. I'm not talking
That's
about
not-
vacation.
But
talking
he
about-
say,
His social life. That's why he didn't create a social life in New Iberia.
As much as it could have been.
Yeah,
I think the party scene is overrated. I mean,
That's your personal choice.
that's our personal. Okay. All right, we
It's a
understand.
personal choice.
Yeah.
You might not be a party goer, but he might have wanted to be
Yeah.
a party goer.
And we didn't do that.
I personally like to go out.
Yeah.
I'm a party goer. My dad's not a party person either, but my mom is.
Yeah.
She likes to go out and be so. I'm more like my mom.
And that's what I like too.
You just don't like to go out.
you know, I'll do it, but I mean, it's not something
I
need.
like to meet people and
Yeah,
have
no,
a good time.
I'm
I
not
like
a
that.
social butterfly.
And in the back of my mind, I think that we could have, and me because I mean it was more because Daryl would be at work most of the time, so I could have let Dondre have a little bit more freedom. But my mind, I was thinking, okay, he's gonna be the target. But that was in my mind playing. But I should have, because of his responsible, being that the person that I should have let him just go. So that's a regret that I have as well. And I think, like he said, it affected him, in more ways than one, because I think he could have had a little bit more friends, but you don't need a lot of friends because you can't trust everybody. That's how I look at things. He had Megan, which is like a sister to him. Her mom is like a sister to me. So they grew up together. So she gave me things that I didn't know about certain people in the little town that would be like, no, Megan's not going to that party, Pam. Don't let Dondre go, whatever.
So this Megan chick, her mother was filling y'all's ears up with things.
No, they was in the same school. They would go to they was at the same high school.
She's a police officer.
Yeah,
She's
Megan,
a good
no.
kid.
To be honest, me and Megan weren't even that close.
Well, I thought y'all were until then I started seeing. I'm like, well, they're not that really close. They were, but her and her mom.
Her mom were
yeah,
close.
yeah, and because they went to middle school and high school together. No, just high school.
Yeah.
But I thought they was a little bit closer, but they would speak and, they reminded me of each other. But Megan had softball, so she would have, her softball friends. Whereas,
And she's a girl.
Yeah, and then she was a girl too. And the guy that I really liked was Tremel next door, but Tremel went to.
He was older.
Yeah, and he was older.
Catholic.
Yeah, and he went to the Catholic school. So I like Tremel. Jordan too, which was older.
They were both 4 years older.
Yeah,
age groups.
Yeah, they were. But they would play with
But as far
Tremel
as
lived
like friends who were my age, I really just had 3.
And who was that?
That was Jalen and Mark and Rodney.
Yeah.
That was it.
Cause then what's his name? Yuri would come by, but Yuri was younger than you.
What are you talking about?
Remember Yuri? The little boy from down the street.
He was also, that was like 2 years older than me. I was 10 years old.
Oh. Well, he would want to hang with you. You're an engineer now.
Man, the fact of the matter is, I felt like because of, I felt like I had a social decline.
Correct.
Because of the parenting, so I had to move and create a new circle of people in New Orleans.
Okay.
And I did.
How is that working for you?
I know more people in New Orleans than I do back at
Okay,
home.
so knowing people you find successful?
Yeah, networking at work, get into parties, just
Really?
Tia tell you all the
So
time. I
how
know
is
a
that
lot of
helping
people.
you?
Huh?
How is that helping?
I got jobs from it.
Really?
Because he don't really know nobody in New Iberia in general besides Jalen, and it's true. He don't know nobody in general.
Okay, but he went away to college and he stayed. But
You feel like it was a fail?
It wasn't a failure, but you making it seem like some ultimate success. And I'm like,
As far for friends.
I didn't say it was something I wanted to do. I'm not saying I struck gold. I'm just saying I did what I had to do to compensate for the decline in high school.
Okay, things are getting a little heated, so that's all we have for today. Join us next time for a part 2.